The pharaohs were the rulers of ancient Egypt, one of the oldest and most powerful civilizations in the world. They were seen as gods on earth and held absolute power over the country and its people. The pharaohs were responsible for the construction of the pyramids and the development of the Nile River as a source of agriculture and trade. They also oversaw the creation of a complex system of laws and a centralized government. The pharaohs were buried in elaborate tombs filled with treasures and surrounded by intricate burial rituals to ensure their passage into the afterlife. These tombs, such as the famous pyramids of Giza, continue to fascinate and intrigue people to this day.
The pharaohs were also known for their contributions to art, architecture, and literature. The ancient Egyptians believed in the power of the written word, and many pharaohs were patrons of the arts, commissioning works of literature, sculpture, and painting. Some famous pharaohs include Tutankhamun, who ruled around 1332 BC and is known for the discovery of his well-preserved tomb in 1922, and Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, who is famous for her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. The pharaohs were an important part of ancient Egyptian society, and their legacy continues to influence the world today.
There are many interesting and lesser-known facts about the pharaohs of ancient Egypt. Here are a few. The pharaohs were not just rulers, but also the high priests of the sun god Ra, the most important deity in ancient Egyptian religion. They were seen as the embodiment of Ra on earth and were believed to have a special connection to the gods. The pharaohs were not always male. Some famous female pharaohs include Hatshepsut, who ruled around 1478 to 1458 BC, and Tuzret, who ruled around 1191 to 1190 BC. These women were able to achieve the highest position of power in ancient Egyptian society despite the fact that they were not men. The pharaohs did not always live in grand palaces. Some pharaohs, such as Amenhotep IV, also known as Akhenaten, preferred to live in modest homes and even abandoned the traditional capital of Thebes for a new city that he built called Akhetaten. The pharaohs were not always buried in the pyramids. While the pyramids are the most famous burial place for the pharaohs, many were also buried in rock-cut tombs in the Valley of the Kings or in elaborate tombs in the desert. The pharaohs were not always buried with their treasures. Many pharaohs were buried with elaborate grave goods, including jewelry, furniture, and other luxury items, but some were buried with very few possessions. This may have been due to a belief that the pharaohs would not need these items in the afterlife, or simply because they were not able to acquire many possessions during their lifetime.